I tell people I had a perfect child until the age of 3. At the age of 3, it was a light switch overnight, and I had a completely different child. My name is Brooke Hastings, and I live in Kendallville, Indiana. I have a 13-year-old daughter who is on the spectrum. After we got her diagnosis, it was a little bit of relief and a little bit of panic. Like, okay, I have answers, but what now? They literally give you your diagnosis and then a folder of paperwork full of resources, and then they hand it to you, and it's like, good luck. You're just left with all of this information to navigate on your own.
This may be a little bit of a downer, but autism is isolating, at least for our family. My son is a level 2 autistic, which means he has difficulty with verbal communication. It also means he requires substantial support to go out into the community.
I believe autism is a special ability that everyone should have. My son is the most incredible person, and that brain is brilliant.
Yay! Dalton, say hi to everybody.
Just another set of abilities.
When I typically describe autism, I like to say there is no black and white definition. It's an entire spectrum. It looks different for every person. Some individuals, their brains work a little bit differently, and sometimes different switches switch different things that we don't anticipate, so their way of thinking might be a little bit different. Sometimes they have some really great ways of showing us how to think differently.
Autism to us in our family just means living a very different way. We have 3 children who are nonverbal autistic, although our 4-year-old daughter, she started talking a little bit about a year ago. It's a lot of different challenges. It also kind of teaches us a lot in a way. We've learned to be a lot more patient. We've learned to accept others, especially around us. When you become a parent, you kind of have these expectations of what being a parent is, and then when you're given the autism diagnosis, you have to really learn to change your expectations.
My name is Susan Crowell. I live in Huntertown, Indiana, and I am the founder and executive director of My Autism Ally. The inspiration for starting My Autism Ally is my son, Matthew. I am an autism parent, first and foremost. Our autism journey started back in 2004 when there were very few resources here in Fort Wayne for autism, and the internet was dial-up. So everything I learned was from connecting with other people at support groups, talking to therapists, or reading it in a book. I became very passionate about bringing services to Fort Wayne because there were all these really cool things happening in and around the Indianapolis area. Well, hey, why can't we have those things here?
Susan, like when I came on, it was just her, and she had a couple volunteers, and then they got a grant for my position, and it like took off after that.
I've been in the disability community for quite some time, in addition to having a brother that is on the spectrum as well. So way back in the day, I actually babysat for Susan's son, Matt, when he was little. We went to the same church. And then he grew up and started school, and I went my separate ways, and then reconnected with Susan when we worked at a different organization. And then Susan left and created My Autism Ally. And then I saw that she was looking for someone to help connect into the rural communities, and something just was knocking on my heart saying, hey, you know what, let's have a chat.
In My Autism Ally, I started kind of volunteering about a year ago. I don't really have a very specific title. I think we kind of landed on outreach volunteer. I work with playdates, and then I just kind of plug in and help wherever I can when I can.
When you call My Autism Ally, you are talking to someone who gets it. They are a caregiver, they are a sibling. That is the most important thing when people reach out to us that I want them to understand is they're going to have someone to be able to share their struggles with, to celebrate victories with, and we're going to understand because we have lived experience. We fill the gap in a couple of different ways. We have events like our awesome playdates, our support groups, as well as our autism acceptance walk that are free for autistics and their families to be able to utilize.
One thing that we will be ramping up is our sensory tent. It is an enclosed tent that is a little bit darker. We have weighted stuffed animals, sensory chairs, fidget toys, all of the things to help kiddos relax, and even adults utilize the sensory tent. And it's just a nice space to get away, take a breath, recoup, and then go about your day. Anybody that has an event, a lot of the festivals will provide a sensory tent so those families can kind of go in and relax and get away from the noise.
My Autism Ally provides free one-on-one consultations to the community. Cost should not be a barrier for our families to be able to A, get good information, and B, to be able to create fun family memories together.
When I got the diagnosis, they sent me home with like that big packet of paperwork, and you're lost and confused. And one of the things on there was contact My Autism Ally. Susan kind of helped me connect resources in the area. Imagine you pack you and your kid up to go to the park, and instead of being on the playground in the middle of the day, you're thrown in the woods with no flashlight and no map. My Autism Ally kind of becomes your flashlight and your map.
I am the rural outreach ally. Basically, I am trying to connect with families that might live in counties that are a little bit more rural surrounding Allen County and trying to help them find resources for those with autism. If we don't have the answer, we can certainly help connect you to the people who do have some answers for you.
We give a space for caregivers to have a voice in being able to celebrate wins, share struggles, and affect change.
What I've seen from My Autism Ally that just shows that they are really there for the children and the families is their sense of community. So they have the Mom Autism Squad that they have online, and they've made events where we can get together in person and connect and share stories and share resources. And this community has uplifted me and empowered me and made me feel like I'm doing okay and I'm not drowning. I think the message that I would like to share for anyone who is just learning about My Autism Ally is get to know those that have started this organization, get to know their story, their heart, their passion, because once you meet them and talk to them, you are going to be sucked in by their energy and their dedication and their heart, because they are just vibrant with their vision and their mission for the future of this organization.
My hope for the future for My Autism Ally is that we can create a space, an actual physical location where autistics feel accepted and caregivers feel welcome. A space for our support groups, a space for our play dates that's secure so that when caregivers come and they meet other caregivers, they don't have to worry about their kid running off. They know that they are safe, and they know that everyone else there is on their own unique autism journey, and they can learn from one another. That, to me, is the power of what we do. We provide community.
It's very much needed to have a safe space to ask your questions or find out what questions you do need to ask to help get the help that you need.
I would just love for people to just take 1 or 2 minutes to understand autism a little better. No one needs to be an expert, but just, I think understanding autism is the key to acceptance.
We support the community in any way possible, and we appreciate the support we get back from the community. It's incredible to see the community come together. We appreciate absolutely everything, every donation, everything that we receive, so we can keep doing the work that we do.
You can give to My Autism Ally by going to our website, myautismally.org, and clicking on the Giving tab. Thank you for supporting autistics and their families here in Northeast Indiana.